There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
Change. It happens when you least expect it, but also when you embrace it. At Accenture, we help the world's biggest brands thrive through change. Our people combine technology and creativity, expertise and experience, learning and collaboration, passion and purpose to make a difference for our clients, their customers, our company, and our communities. Behind every great change is a great human. Bring your skills, your curiosity, and your true self to your work every day. Let's do incredible things. Let's deliver on the promise of technology and human ingenuity.
Good afternoon, people. Welcome to Marketing Me. We are live today for San Mateo Municipal Colleges, Marinduque State College, and Philippine Christian University-Manila. So today we'll be joined by speakers from Inspiro and Cognizant. But before we start, we'd like to invite everyone for a short prayer followed by the national anthem.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above, ye heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
San Mateo Municipal College provides access to quality education, prepares the students to be effective leaders, innovative and productive citizens who are responsible and can contribute into the betterment of life in the community. San Mateo Municipal College is committed academic excellence through education, equipped with knowledge, right attitude, technical skills, making the students innovative, productive citizens of the land to have ethical principles. To assume responsibility in meeting challenges of the time in local, national, and global society. An institution, higher learning, inspired by core values, excellence in academics, technology, research, and extension projects. San Mateo Municipal College provides access to quality education, prepares the students to be effective leaders, innovative and productive citizens who are Municipal College. San Mateo, San Mateo Municipal College.
Thank you for that. So there are three schools joining us today. So we have San Mateo Municipal College, Marinduque State College, and Philippine Christian University Manila here with our audience po. Ayan. So to officially start today's session, we'd like to invite Dr. Maria Edelvina M. Blaze, Vice President for Research Development, Extension, and Training, and in charge of the Office of the College President for Marinduque State College. Ma'am, the floor is yours.
A blessed afternoon to all the key officials of the job180.com. Sir Kim Chua, the Managing Director, Miss Joyce Katakutan, the Academic Linkages Officer, and Miss Sherry Mistosamente, other participating schools, participants, and organizer of this eventful job search. In behalf of our dear President, Dr. Diosdado P. Zureta, who is on official business, I would like to welcome and congratulate the organizers of this very helpful training seminar for all first-time job seekers. Job seeking or searching for a job, especially novice and first-timers, is quite stressful since you do not yet know how to land in the job you are aspiring. Hence, this training is a big help to all our participants who wish to be hired for the job they are applying. Just a tip for all the job seekers: aside from being ready in marketing yourself, utter a prayer of guidance and wisdom from the Lord if you really want to land a job. I wish you a fruitful event ahead, and again, make use of what you will be learning from this training. God bless you all, and thank you.
Thank you for that, ma'am. And now, here to represent Philippine Christian University, we give the floor to Reverend Linda C. Mugot, SSO Director for Philippine Christian University Manila. Ma'am, we'll put you on spotlight. Hi,
Thank
ma'am, you're
you.
live.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone, especially the graduating students at the three different schools and universities all over the Philippines. I think this is being connected with the different universities. That includes our school, the Philippine Christian University here in Manila. And we praise the Lord for this opportunity, of course, as part of this career webinar in coordination with our guidance and counseling office headed by Doc Nabus, in partnership, of course, with Jobs180.com. Thank you so much for accommodating us and being part of this webinar. And I think this webinar will also enhance the kind of person our students will become and how they will be able to cope up with many challenges in life in the world of work, especially in this pandemic time. And may this webinar be able to accomplish its objectives for our students' enhancement and development. So let us work together. Thank you for accommodating us again, jobs180.com, and together with our beloved universities, the three universities together with us today, and all our students who will be graduating and trying to really be part of a different work or how they were able to cope up with this. God bless, and may everything we do be acceptable to God. Amen and amen. Thank you, and God bless everyone.
Thank you for that, ma'am. Thank you for gracing our event this afternoon. Have a great day.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. So, we would like to extend also our gratitude to all of the people behind who worked with us for this event. So that's Sir Filipino Salamat of SMMC. We also would like to thank Doc Gulo Nabus and Sir Von Herrera of PCU Manila. And lastly, Ma'am Emelita Rodelas of MSC. Thank you for working us for this event. working with us for this event. So let's welcome everyone. Thank you for those who are here on time. Thank you. So to our audience, we'd like to know where you're from. Please comment your school, yeah, and course, and then your name, so we know where our audience is from. Okay, so please don't forget that at the end of this event there will be an evaluation. So if you're from the schools that are participating for this event today, the evaluation link will be provided at the end. So if ever there are schoolmates or your friends are not here yet, please tag them and please let them know that we just started. Okay, so here's our schedule for this afternoon. First things first, we will be discussing online applications using resume link that will be presented by jobs180.com. Next is virtual interviews and dressing up to be presented by Inspiro. And last is hiring in the new normal to be presented by Cognizant Philippines. Ayan. So let's go to our first speaker. So our first speaker for this afternoon is Sir Kim Chua. He is the managing director for jobs180.com. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. He is a trusted resource speaker and has done over 1,000 career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. So to our audience, whether you're from SMMC or MSC or from PCU, please don't be shy to put in your questions for Sir Kim. So habang nagdi-discuss siya, pag may naisip kayong tanong, lagyan nyo lang sa comment section and we will ask it after his talk. Ayan. So Sir Kim, everything's done. So the floor is yours. Please take it away.
Allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. Not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan na tinatawag nating resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number 1, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala itong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, itong pinaka-importante sa lahat, this should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay, more than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung protectionan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely, wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at dun ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So, alam nyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So if ever lang, meron kang kapangalan, okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot, pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo, gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay, wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw ay makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So sayang lang. So you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpleto ang detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo, kayo lang may alam yan, at lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kayo ng account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay, lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR, kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot, lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So, ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often that you open your social media account. So, I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis tayo makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off switch. So, you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Edi lagay mo na no. Diba? So, depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or anong mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating ko sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gaano karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. 'Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakaabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-tourism at pang-HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa dalawang lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo na yung dalawa. Kung dalawa lang talaga alam nyo, din dalawa lang. Ano tong dalawang to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Sabaka, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now, at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. Na ilagay mo sa loob ng resume link. Just transfer them here inside the resume link para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So, yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Ito yung mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma, 'di ba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga? Hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, 'di ba? Certificate, diploma, 'yan, ebidensya 'yan, okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, 'di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede kang mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kami graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Hiram mo sa kaibigan mo, i-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer based questions like, tell me something about yourself. O, di ba? Ano yung mga gasgas na tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O, di ba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So, kung di mo type yung sagot, edi-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, yung mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So, I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So, you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda yung sample yan. Okay? So, huwag kayo maglagay ng mga ganun kasi mga sample na profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes! A picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kayang-kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Yung sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Diba? Halimbawa, o sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But now, the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologist, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So, depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, ito. Itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So, I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member na Akit Bahay Gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So, kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi maganda example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon, interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamala ko yung mga aplikante, pag nakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, diba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Diba? So, you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan, blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper, na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So, hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo tsaka oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example. Kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang gano'n na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you'll be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam niyo na anong dapat yung gawin at hindi yung dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si iExpert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything. From top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay rin ng HR napapabilis because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo atensyon, gusto kanya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step, like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second. Di ba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Diba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills or sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design, diba? Gets mo ibig ko sabihin? Wag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pag nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pagpa-process sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, Sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. Inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do you do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do you do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do you do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real-time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real-time. As in real-time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo attention, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So, better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details na updated. Okay? So, yan. So, tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So you're now thinking, okay ito paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com, and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, huwag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around. You can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, nagsubmit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position in-applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik, hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year, ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala nang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position, and this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to you from you soon. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan eh. Ang kulit, saka nakapagod. Anong gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo, update-update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long bond or short bond paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No, maliliit lang, parang business card ang dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante lang ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Diba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long bond paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cell phone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang. Huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number 1, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secured na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganun. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data, pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Diba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi, makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. O, diba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pa compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So, shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes. Lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay. Of course, explain lang ako Okay. With respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang JobStreet resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it. Enter, save it. Real-time update. Lahat ng bigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Di balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com, or email us, email me, here sa info@jobs180.com, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chua. Don't forget yung wa. Okay? Baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. Na nagsasabing, be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Sir Kim. So now we are opening the floor to questions. Again. So, sir, we are pulling questions from Angela Luisa. How do you stand out, record yourself, and create a video pretending that you're being interviewed by the HR? Yan yung
Okay.
So,
how do you stand out? How do you
Sir,
stand
don't
out
have
by creating a video?
Sa sound, wala pong sound. Sa part ko.
Walang sound. Can you hear me? Wala?
No sound,
sound?
sir. Can I check with tech if you hear Sir Kim's answer? Yeah. So, habang nag-aantay tayo. Okay. Ako lang pala hindi nakakarinig. Sige, sir. Go ahead. I'll fix everything after this question.
Ayan, meron na.
I don't hear anything on my end. But you can answer the question po. Do you
Yeah,
hear me?
yeah. Ayan na, sabi
Yeah.
ng tech, they
Okay.
can hear me.
I'll just refresh.
Okay, sige. So, the way I understand yung question no, I forgot na name na, sorry, nabigla ako. How do you stand out by creating your selfie video, 'di ba? So, when you pretend you are being interviewed by the HR, there's a lot of common questions 'di ba in the interview, and one of them is usually tell me something about yourself. Now, the good thing dito is when you get your smartphones, okay, you can record yourself. Pretend that you're being interviewed. So, kung hindi mo type yung video, i-delete mo lang siya. Malamang, 'di ba? Delete mo lang until you find yung saktong saktong timpla, 'di ba? When you answer yung question na 'yan. And then you don't only limit yourself by creating one video. Ako recommend ko nga you come up with a lot of videos just like when you're doing TikTok, no? Ganun lang yung gusto ko ilagay para mas makarelate kayo. Para TikTok kayo, 'di ba? Sometimes isang kanta, ang dami yung version, 'di ba? Ang dami yung movement or dami yung rendition ng isang certain kanta. So ito ganun din. Pretend you're being interviewed by the HR asking you several questions. You don't have to go through naman all those questions in one recording. Mas maganda maiksi siya, mga less than 1 minute o ideally mga 30 seconds lang yan bawat isa, pero marami kayo dun mga ways to showcase your skills. And what are these skills? One is your communication skills. So very, very basic, no? I'm not saying that you have to record an English video, pero if you can speak in English, then try to speak in straight English, no? Kasi yan ang kadalasan ginagawa ng mga companies They try to evaluate you, no, doon sa iyong communication skills kung pasado sa standard sila. Now the other thing you can do here is you can also showcase your hard skills. Hard skills kagaya ng mga example, if you're into multimedia, 'di ba? Pwede mo pakita ano yung mga ginagawa mo. Maybe you can put your camera, 'di ba? Nakabaliktad, or you can stream it and show it, 'di ba? And record the streaming kung paano mo ginagawa yung certain project. If you're into music, you can play sa music. You're into arts and crafts, 'di ba? Ganun. May mga nakita rin ako dyan, actual to, engineer. Ang ginawa niya, mechanical engineering. Pinakita niya paano gumamit ang welding machine. 'Di ba? So you don't have to go to the company physically just to show them that you know how to use a welding machine. So yan yung ibig ko sabihin. 'Di ba? So I hope na-answer yung tanong ni Ma'am Angela, 'di ba? So how will you stand out? It really depends. So ikaw mismo makakasabi niyan kasi ang maganda nga dito, pwede kang magkamali. 'Di ba? Kung nagkamali ka sa video, definitely you do it again. But I don't recommend that you do an edited video, yung chop na video, yung pinagtagpi-tagpi mong video. You don't do that, 'di ba? Pag may mali, might as well take 2, take 3, take 4, 'di ba? Parang ganoon lang 'yan. Hanggang sa yung dire-diretsong answer mo, ma-deliver mo, 'di ba? That's what I recommend. Okay? So 'yun.
Okay.
I hope na-answer kita lang. Yay.
Thank you for that, sir. So, calling if meron pang tanong from our audience. So, otherwise I'll go next. Ayan. So, ako sir, magtatanong ako.
Sige po, game.
Eto sir, later naman I think may speaker naman tayo na magdi-discuss about it. Pero meron pong question from my end. Any do's and don'ts that we should keep in mind? Like, what are the things na dapat hindi na nilalagay or ini-include sa mga resume, sa mga profile, ganyan?
Okay. Unahin ko muna yung what should you put there, 'di ba? Yung lagay mo diyan anything about yourself, anything relevant to your skills, anything that is relevant to the position you're applying for. Yan. No? Lalo na kung skills mo pinag-uusapan, anything about your skills, kahit yung skills mo is about using puppets. Halimbawa lang, lagay mo diyan kahit naisip mo walang connect, ilagay mo diyan. You're organizing projects because example, debut ng pinsan mo, ikaw yung nag-assist, ikaw yung gumawa ng grand plan of things, ikaw nagawa ng program and all that, ikaw na-execute. Lagay mo yan diyan kahit na sa tingin mo wala naman to connect to sa trabahong ina-applyan mo, yung pagiging isang events planner. But that is part of your skills. And these are things that HR would normally look into, no? Yung skills ninyo. Yan yung unang-una tinitignan So para sa akin, what to put there is everything about you, lalo na kung connected to sa skills mo. Now, ano yung wag mo nang ilagay? Okay? Ano yung wag mo nang ilagay? Para sa akin, yung mga hindi na relevant, kagaya ng love life. 'Di ba? Kagaya ng mga family situation. Ayan. Huwag niyo na ikwento diyan na halimbawa lang no na you're going through some some scenarios, no, sa buhay natin, 'di ba? Kung meron na pinagdadaanan, 'di ba? Yung mga ganung bagay, minsan pag-isipin mo wala naman siya connect sa trabaho, whether you are in a relationship or you are single and readily available. O, 'di ba? So walang connect 'yun eh. Kahit ano pa yung meron, no? Pero yung skills konektado 'yan. So kahit yung skills walang connect sa course, you put it here. Okay? So that for me, my opinion, yung wag nyo nang ilagay diyan doon sa ano nyo, sa inyong tawag nito, sa inyong resume link. Okay? Yeah.
May nag-comment,
Okay.
sir, okay lang po ba magaling sumayaw? Dance.
Walang kaso, you can put it there if you want to put you want to share your TikTok links or yung mga social media links mo, walang problem. But then again, ito nga yung tanong doon, 'di ba? Yung ina-apply yung position, yung skill na yan, it's your skill, yes, but the HR would definitely look into yung correlation, no? May connect ba yung pagiging magaling sumayaw nitong person na to sa pinapasukan niyang trabaho? O, 'di ba? Baka naman meron. You never know eh. 'Di ba? You never know because there's a lot of circumstances out there na lamang yung isang taong mas magalaw, mas maliksi, 'di ba? Mas bibo, 'di ba? Lalo na if the position calls for it. 'Di ba? So yan. So these are things that it's a plus factor, no? I'm not saying it's a make or break thing. Don't consider it as a make or break. It's more of like a plus factor lang. 'Di ba? Ganun yan. Kumbaga parang pa ba naliligaw sa inyo, 'di ba? Isipin mo. Whether magaling sa sumayaw or hindi, kung mahal mo naman talaga yung tao, 'di ba? Mahal mo naman 'yan eh. O, 'di ba? Parang ganun lang 'yan. Although syempre, siguro sa mga iba, mas gusto niyo yung maliksi gumalaw or kahit pa paano mas may energy. O, 'di ba? You get
Sir,
what I'm
may
saying.
question humabol.
Go ahead.
Bago tayo mag-end time.
Sige po, sige po.
Ben Viaje. Sir, paano po yung mga no work experience? Ano po ang ilalagay sa reference?
Teka lang, magkaiba yung tanong mo. No work experience tapos references. Sagutin ko muna, Sir Angelo, dun sa no work experiences, kung wala talaga. Huwag kayong mag-imbento. Okay? Kung meron, summer job, part-time job, or kahit sideline lang or racket lang, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Sa work experience. Na pagdating naman sa references, what I recommend that you put as a reference, wag yung mga kamag-anak natin. Definitely wag yung kaibigan nyo, wag yung katropa nyo. 'Di ba? Dapat ideally someone who knows your work attitude. So, on that note, if wala kang work experience, then sino yung taong may kilala ng work attitude nyo? Maybe yung mga ka-work nyo sa school, sa organization nyo, yung teacher nyo, yung professor, yung dean, 'di ba? Or someone, maybe you have a project that you did sometime sa school, 'di ba, yung project head, 'di ba, pwede mo ilagay diyan. Okay? Basta lang make sure itong mga references na ilalagay nyo, you have to inform them na ginawa nyo silang reference. 'Di ba? Baka naman kasi pag tinawagan sila, hindi nila alam ano sasabihin nila sa iyo kasi hindi nila maalala. 'Di ba? So at least, 'di ba? Yun yung recommend ko diyan. Okay? So I hope nasagot ko yung tanong ni Sir Angelo.
Okay
Okay?
lang po ba, from Judy Ann Kilap, okay lang po ba ang pagiging online seller? Small business.
Of course, these are signs that di lang signs. These are evidence that you have a mind of an entrepreneur, 'di ba? And being an employee, kahit ikaw ay isang empleyado, hindi man porkat empleyado ka wala ka namang kumbaga kontrato sa pagiging isang entrepreneur, 'di ba? Kung pwede ka naman magtayo ng sariling business, then you have the meron kang sense of ownership eh. 'Di ba? Alam mo paano patakbo yung isang bagay. So kung meron kang project, parang ganun din 'yan. Binigyan ka ng task, yung trabaho mo, parang yan yung business mo eh. 'Di ba? Again, these are things that HR will be able to interpret. No, I cannot speak for all HR. Pero kung ako lang ang HR tatanungin mo, ako para sa akin pogi points 'yan, cutie points 'yan. 'Di ba? Parang, uy, 'di ba? This is someone who hindi lang siya basta lang sige lang chill lang, 'di ba? Sabi ni Mami, may allowance ako, okay na ako, 'di ba? Ito at least someone na nakakapag-isip kung ano pwede niya gawin doon sa kanyang siguro kanyang puhunan, 'di ba? Or kung anong pwede niyang gawin. 'Yun. O, 'di ba? So 'yan, lagay mo lang diyan lahat ng about you, pasok mo diyan. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you, sir. We officially ran out of time.
Okay.
So our audience, keep your questions coming. We will address it for the next speaker na po. Thank you, Sir Kim.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Be safe. Bye-bye.
Okay. So next up to discuss virtual interviews and dressing up, we have Sir Axel Pleno, Supervisor for Candidate Engagement for Sourcing for Inspiro. Sir Axel is Inspiro Supervisor for Candidate Sourcing. He leads the recruitment sourcing for Manila and Muñoz QC site. With his tenure of 3 years in the company, he has relevant experience on customer service and is able to mobilize initiatives in promoting the company's culture of malasakit. And also, he's currently the POC for Inspiro's recruitment partners and recruitment events. Sir Axel? Hi, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Shari.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, can we
There.
test your share screen?
Okay.
Sige. So, to our audience, keep your questions coming. Tanong natin kay Sir Axel mamaya. So, today, sir, we are joined by three colleges. So, we have MSC, that's in Marinduque, and SMMC, San Mateo, and PCU in Manila. Ayan, sir, I saw your deck na po. So, can we just put it on full screen?
Okay.
Pa-full screen na lang po ako, sir.
Hindi siya naka-full screen.
Hindi po,
Hold on.
naka PowerPoint view pa po siya. Ayan.
Hindi ata yung option ko ng share screen.
Sige, sir. Let's wait for Sir Axel now. So, to our audience again, meron pong evaluation link at the end. So, yun yung magiging basis of attendance nyo from your own school. Ayan, ma'am. Ayan, sir. Okay na po. It's up and it's on full screen. Sir, I leave it
Okay.
to it. I'll be back for the Q&A in 20 minutes. Thank you, Sir Axel.
Thank you, Shari. So, good afternoon, everyone, to our viewers. Again, my name is Axel. I'm part of the Inspiro sourcing team. So, yeah, our topic that we'll be discussing will be dressing up in job interview. So, we're going to talk about how to be ready before joining a job interview. So, as we start to think about our career future, we started to think about what we really want in a job position, responsibilities, tasks, and opportunity on a company. And as soon as we, as soon as the opportunity present, the question is, are we ready? So here are the 4 P's of an interview or a job interview. So first, plan, prepare, practice, and present. So let's start off with make a plan. So first, identify what you're good at, what you really like to do, your interests, hobbies, and what you really want to become. Make a list of options. Try to create as many options for yourself, so you have plenty to choose from. You can rank your options from top to bottom. So rather than looking for a job titles, consider your interests, hobbies, and skill set, and from there you may be able to discover what you really want to take path. Finally, decide on the industry, type of job, and position you will be applying for. Planning on the job interview is critical part. It's important in choosing a career. Not all industry position suits for everyone candidates' preferences. Okay, so I'll give you an example. So for example, I'm an IT graduate. I prefer to work on Mondays to Fridays. Tapos Mondays to Fridays on a morning mid shift. That's what I'm eyeing in terms of, or what I'm considering in terms of landing a job. Then there is a position, let's say an IT support for an hospital. So as will some hospital, they're working 24/7 regardless of the position. So there are tendencies that I can be assigned on a graveyard schedule, which I don't prefer just yet. So again, take consider on planning to look for the industry, type of job, and position that you really want to be part of. Okay. Next is prepare. Um, Now that you've identified the career position, it's time to prepare. Before going to job interview, you should spend time on finding about the company, nor their culture, mission, vision, values, and even achievements. You can do that by visiting the company's website, Facebook, and other social media platforms. Search about them, find about everything has to know what they do. While you should always answer the question honestly in terms of job interview, it's also helpful to do so in matches the company's culture. While you're answering the question, it should be aligned in terms of how you deliver your answer. Knowing it prior to an interview can also help you prepare in terms how you present yourself. Also, the interviewer are going to ask you and explain why you are applying for this company. So that is one question that really pops up every job interview. So I suggest, yeah, you research on the company itself. So not only finding about the company, but also the position that you're applying for, responsibilities, task, the scope. The more you know about the position, the better you can express your qualification, your skill set, experience for the post. Okay. So next is prepare your environment. Um, let's start off with the room that you will be using. It's better to have your own room while doing the job interview. Use a plain background so to avoid distraction for the interviewer. There are tendency baka makita yung background natin if we're gonna flash the whole room. So let's use the plain background as much as possible. Next is your family members. Advise your family members you're going to have an interview. It only would take at least 15 to 30 minutes to complete the job interview most of the time. So better for them to know then that you'll be having a job interview so that, we could avoid one of our family members, rushing into the room, asking you a question, sumigaw, or anything that would distract you and distract the interview itself. So, yan. Sabihan natin sila. Next is, if you have pets as well, no, i-move natin yung pets natin outside the room kasi yun, pets can, distract the whole interview. It can be captured during a virtual interview process. So yeah, we're assuming that the interview here is via online since yun, most, if not all, job interview as of the moment because of the current situation, the pandemic, most of them will be done virtually. So there. Yeah. Sorry. Next is get your technology in order. Lastly, the technology. Be sure is that the technology being used for the virtual interview is installed and working properly before the job interview. The laptop, PC, webcam, earphone or headset. If you're gonna use ring light, check nyo din siya. Your internet connection, software, application that you're gonna be used. If the interviewer send you a Zoom meeting, MS Teams, Google Meet, try it out. If it's working fine with your webcam, your PC, so yeah, i-try natin siya. Then next is practice makes perfect. No? Go for a practice run. It's not easy as it seems to articulate yourself over the phone or make right impression via video, but practice makes perfect. Enlist the help of the trusted family members or even a friend to someone that can be honest with you and ask them to run a mock interview using the interview technology. And in addition to testing that technology itself, your trusted friend or advisor can tell you whether you're adequately seen or be heard, how the lighting is, how you appear on the camera, whether you coming off as prepared and interested. Okay. So also remember to practice and don't memorize. So that's two different things. You don't want to be sound scripted or sound robotic throughout your interview. So here are some common interview questions. So the first question, which is the most interviewers is always asking, is that tell me something about yourself. This one's way to break the ice to make you feel more comfortable during the interview process. Rather than focusing on your own professional skill experience, share something as well, something interesting that's not written on your resume that the interviewer might find relatable or interesting, of course. So there are questions also that the interviewer might ask you. First is, tell me something about yourself that's not included on your resume, something like that. So you have to be prepared on sharing things is that not is included, not included on your resume. So be ready on that answers. Also, tell me something about yourself. Have a structure once you deliver on introducing yourself. Let's say start off um, by delivering your personal information, your name, where they live, and then go through your next is your educational background, your course, how many years, so your extracurricular activities, your on-the-job training, and then if you have experience, that's the last thing that you want to share is your work experience. Try to share something that you can use to the position that you're applying for. So a structure during the tell me something about yourself would help you not to be all over the place. So there. What is your greatest strength? Here is the chance to stand out. Give a specific example of how you use your strength in the past. Finish by explaining how you or how this quality can benefit their company. Next is, what is your greatest weakness? A better approach to this question is actual weakness. Identify some of your weaknesses and um, but the one that you're working to improve. Share something that um, you're doing to overcome this weakness. No one is perfect, but showing that you're willing and honestly self-assess and then seek ways to improve. Why should we hire you? This is another question that always asked during the interview. The question is an intimidating one, but enables you to summarize your experience and emphasize the unique strengths, and you bring the role, um, the results of you've already proven you can deliver. Next is, should you dress up for a virtual interview? So there's a saying that is dress for success. So the answer to that is, yeah. Perhaps the question popping up in your mind right now is, should we really dress up for a job interview? Then the answer is yes. It is very important to able to present yourself properly on a virtual interview, as creates first and last impression. Uh, yeah, makes good impression. When you're going to the interview, making a good impression is very important, not only by how you present yourself, but how you look and play the part. Dressing up is well, not allows you to look good on the camera, but also allows you to show the effort that you put into the job interview process. Next is, helps you put in the right mindset. Dress for the job that you want to have. Not only will help you your interview picture you to the role that you're applying for, but it will help you put in the right mindset. With this, you can showcase professionalism even without experience. Dressing up is makes you and feel professional, and it will help you boost your confidence. There. Now that we realize the importance of dressing up during the job interview, let's now learn how to dress up on a virtual interview. So these are the do's and the don'ts. The do's is dress up bottom half. So most of the applicants or candidates are dressing up only the upper part. So, isama natin yung bottom half on dressing up. I-complete natin yung dressing up. Virtual interviews not necessarily mean na yung upper body mo lang yung makikita. But again, dressing up entirely kasama yung bottom natin will help us, again, as I've mentioned earlier on, that will give you confidence. It will boost your, right mindset that this is a job interview. You will be landing a job as soon as you, ace this job interview. So, yun. And this is also to avoid incidents na may kailangan kang abutin, ayusin yung chair mo, tumayo ka, nakita yung, you don't want to be seen properly dressed business attire sa upper body mo, then you're wearing boxer shorts. So we should avoid that instances. Wear minimal jewelry. Simple jewelry can enhance your outfit. However, yung mga distracting bright colors, yung mga masyadong kumikinang might, very much noisy, lalo na kapag tumatama sa ring light and camera. So, avoid too much jewelry. So, at least an earring will do the trick. It will enhance your overall outfit. Wear makeup to highlight your features. So, again, a makeup is a boost of, confidence. It will highlight your features as well on the camera, especially for the ladies. Again, wear an exact makeup or X amount of makeup lang. As men, we don't, we're not makeup expert, but we can really tell kung ano yung too much makeup on the face. Try your outfit before the big day. So yun, yung outfit natin, we should try it out, then have yourself another run of practice. So it's a good practice that you do before the job interview. So these are the don'ts. There. Wear stripes and loud patterns. So, ayan, yung mga, lalo na yung mga color combination ng stripes na medyo maingay talaga sa mata. Wear ill-fitted clothing, masyadong maluwag or masyadong masikip. Show too much skin. So, it's a job interview, so make sure to wear properly or, business attire or smart casual attire. So, too much skin is inappropriate. Wear sparkles and shimmers. So, ito yung mga kumikinang na dress, especially for the ladies. So, avoid those kind of clothing. A clothing where there's a writing on it or yung mga statement shirt. So, avoid that. Wear heels. Heels is okay, but you too much interest, it's not okay. So, there. Forget about your hair. So, the don'ts. Fix your hair, of course. Don't, left that behind. Fix your hair, and it will, might distract you during the interview if you're kept on, fixing your hair kung hindi siya maayos. What should I wear? So there are the different types of job, different types of interview dress code. So we have casual, business casual, and business attire. So the casual wear is something that is relaxed and suited for everyday use. It's an informal dress code. You can wear anything that looks nice. This includes jeans, t-shirt, sneakers, and much more. However, it usually excludes flip-flops, sweat, gym clothes, revealing clothes, ripped jeans, graphic shirts with offensive or controversial statements on them. Next is business casual. Business casual is a style that not quite as formal as traditional office wear, but nevertheless still designed to render a professional or business-like impression. Last is the business or the business formal is the highest level of professional attire. Suits are essential for both men and women. And it's an upgrade for your formal or normal day-to-day professional outfits. The last P is present or represent. So dress the part. Just sure to remember that we've discussed the dressing up during the virtual interview. Dress how you want to be addressed. It is a way to say who you are without having to speak. This is the way that the employer would picture you to the role that you're applying for. Position yourself to win. Unfortunately, the firm handshake or enthusiasm you typically greet the employers during the in-person interview won't translate via video. Instead, convey the confidence through your body language, sit up straight, smile, and keep the camera at the eye level to avoid looking up and down. Be authentic. Don't pretend to be perfect. Just simply be yourself. The employers also looking not only at your resume, your experience, your qualification, but the employers also looking for the character. So be authentic, be you. Last is smile. Last part of dressing up for your interview is wearing a smile that makes you look friendly and trustworthy. That's about it. That's about my presentation.
Thank you for that, Sir Axel. So to our audience, we are now opening the floor for questions. I will go first, so you can think about your questions. Sir, question number one. What are the advantages of joining a global, fast-paced industry like Inspiro? Because I'm sure our audience would like to know.
Yeah, sorry. The question is what
What are the advantages of joining
advantage?
BPOs, global companies, multinational firms, ganyan po, sir.
The advantage is first the qualification. We are accepting the minimum qualification here in the industry, especially in the BPO. We're accepting high school graduates with or without call center experience. We have a position for them that suits very much to the starters. For those who don't have any experience yet, we have seasonal accounts, we have local or domestic accounts. So for them to be ready, if this is something that they are, really inclined to having a career, starting this kind of position. Again, as I mentioned, the local, yan, yung mga seasonal, will help them enhance and finding about if ito ba talaga yung gusto nila. It's fast-paced. The interview, the whole processes will be done same day. Malalaman mo agad by the end of the day if you land the job or not. So, there.
Thank you for that, sir. Sir, we just want to clarify. As a chismis to, sir, di ba? Uy, pag BPO, malaki sweldo. Is this, does this apply to the BPO industry, sir? Like, mas mataas ba yung pay rate niya as opposed to like local companies, if ever?
To answer that, yes. No, yes. The thinking kasi in a BPO is that something na ano ba siya, madali. Pero there are position or let's say accounts that you will be handling that's very rewarding talaga. That's why the salary compensation is higher than the usual. For local naman, if ever that you land a job on a local account, the pay is less because of course the client will pay less for, let's say, yun, yung mga local accounts natin. And again, the competition or the market here in local account is aligned naman. And again, as we all know, mas madali kasing mag customer service on a local account compared to international. So, to answer your question, Shari, sa international, oo, malaki talaga yung bigayan, kumbaga.
Thank you, thank you. Hindi pala chismis yun, guys. Totoo pala yan.
Oo.
So, next question here, we have here from Colin Dave Candalura. Thank you for the wonderful discussion, sir. What can you say about remote interview? Sir, di ba na-discuss na po to a while ago? So, siguro, sir, si Colin, ang hihingi na lang siya ng mga final tips, mga ganyan.
What can I say about the remote interview? It makes the employers and lalo na yung mga applicants to save time talaga. Remote interviews can be done online, virtual. So malilesen na yung natin, like yung extra effort natin on commute, yung pagod natin. Dati kasi naabutan pa natin yung mga pag-apply sa job interview na magtitipid ka on what to eat during the job interview, yung hassle natin sa traffic. So remote interviews are it's a win-win situation in terms of processing, kasi in the employer side, it's hard to see these candidates then don't qualify or land the job for the company itself. It's hard to fail someone rather than to someone tell them na pumasa sila. It's hard. It's much more hard to decline someone. So yun.
May nalilate ba, sir, sa virtual interviews?
None. Wala naman. Pero
Wala
it's more on technical issues talaga. Yun lang yung kailangan natin i-ready.
From Wilson Arambulo. Hi, sir. What is a must to apply to a big company if you have no direct work related? Medyo naguluhan na ako. Wait. Sorry, sir. What is a must to apply to a good company if you have no direct work related to the owner, or to the small company but you have direct work to the owner? Parang sa tanong niya, sir, what is better? To apply to a big company kung saan there's no direct work related to the owner, or sa small company pero ang trabaho mo diretso sa owner? Ayan, sir.
Sige, yan. Thank you for the question, Wilson. Siguro, it's more on the opportunity. Kasi big company, you mentioned the big company. Alisin natin yung thinking natin na kapag wala kang kilala dun sa big company na yun, you're not that qualified. So, ayun. There is an opening for a reason. Kasi kung may ang setup ng big company that you're thinking of is wala kang kilala doon, they don't, and yung process nila doon is maghanap lang ng kakilala nila or what. They don't post any job openings. Lalapit na lang sila doon sa mga current employers nila na they're hiring for this one. They don't post anything. So if there's an opening for the big company, I suggest you go for it talaga. And the reward kasi and the opportunity for a well-established company, mas malaki, mas bigger than the usual. If you're planning to be part of a small company, which is hindi natin inaalis yun. It's a good stepping stone, lalo na for those who don't have experience yet. I encourage everyone naman, if there's an opportunity present, even if it's small company, i-try natin siya. Then let's see what happened to the career. You may use it to find if ever you find a job in the future.
From Edward Castillo. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir Axel. Bibilisan ko na lang po. Ito, sir, magandang tanong para sa mga nalilito. Ayan. What is the difference between talent acquisition team and recruitment team? Naisip ko lang po. Thank you in advance.
Okay. So, recruitment team most of the time is separated to two teams. As a recruitment team, there is a talent acquisition and there is a sourcing team. So the sourcing team job is to source candidates regardless of the source or the channels that they are using. It can be through digital, it can be through employer referral, it can be through recruitment events, and so on. Masyado madaming, the bottom line for the sourcing team is to source qualified candidates. They're the one who delivering qualified candidates for the talent acquisition to be processed. So si talent acquisition's job is to process the candidate. So that's their differences. Pero in terms of a team, pasok silang pareho. I mean, they're working like, as a team pa rin under what you call a recruitment team. So there.
Yan, thank you, thank you. Ayan, buti na bigyan linaw ni Sir Axel. No, nakakalito nga naman yun. Okay, now that's clear to everyone. So thank you, Sir Axel. So again po, to our audience, if you want to explore vacancies over at Inspiro, the link is flashing on your screen. That's jobs180.com/Inspiro. So sa lahat ng graduate, sa lahat ng in the next few years, in the next year or this year, in the next few months, ayan. So, dyan kayo maghahanap ng vacancies or openings. Again, Sir Axel, on behalf of the 3 colleges that are with us this afternoon, thank you po for lending your time and your expertise for our students today. Thank you, sir. Have a great day po.
Thank you,
Happy
Shari.
Friday.
Thanks, everyone. Happy Friday. Thank you.
Take care po. Okay. So, next topic that we are discussing this afternoon is hiring in the new normal, to be presented by Sir Aaron Mitchell Medina Ancheta, RN, Senior Recruitment Coordinator, Talent Acquisition Group, Cognizant, Philippines. He is a registered nurse in 2010 to present, and he worked as a team leader and regional business manager in 2 international executive search firms. He has years of experience recruiting in IT industry for APAC-based institutions and managed specialized teams of recruitment consultants and guided them to be successful in their chosen niche. He has an unorthodox approach in internal and external recruitment, providing bigger pool of prospects and hires to the company. Before all that, he worked as a nurse in Singapore and was a medical oncology blood marrow transplant nurse at St. Luke's QC. Ayan. So here to welcome Sir Aaron Ancheta. Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Hi, Shari. Good afternoon.
Ayan.
Can
Sir,
you
can
see
you
my?
press your share screen?
Yeah. Okay.
Yan,
Great.
it's up. Ayan. Thank you, sir. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Shari.
I leave you to it, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Hi, everyone. For the 3 schools who are in this event, good afternoon to all of you. My name is Aaron, and I work in Cognizant Philippines as a sourcing partner. And today I will be discussing with you a topic that is also in conjunction with what Sir Axel discussed earlier. And my topic will be how companies hire in the better normal. Okay. All right. So, social distancing is crucial to curbing the spread of COVID-19. And this is very important in terms of doing a preventive measure. And it has transformed a lot of businesses around the world. So, social distancing, as difficult as it may seem, the term itself, there are still a lot of job opportunities out there if you are planning to have a jump start towards a digital career or a remote career after your graduation. In fact, a recent study shows that nearly 98% of all organizations in the Philippines have implemented HR changes. And of course, if there are digitalized HR changes, the operations will follow. 74% are adapting work from home setup. Some are hybrid. And around 48% are changing their methods for finding and interviewing job candidates. So even before COVID-19, most job seekers already turn towards digital platforms to find jobs. No? We have multiple job boards, which is being used here in the Philippines. In fact, approximately 2 out of 5 candidates, so that's around 40%, they are actively searching and applying for jobs, even during the pandemic. And the other 35% are just watching out for the next best opportunity. So there are 25% population remaining which are not open to new jobs, but still, putting that 25% aside, we still have 75% potential candidates in the market. So therefore, ramping up our digital presence is the best way to go to make us more visible in the job boards, no, in the market. So now let's talk about how talent acquisition looks like. Well, on our end, so at this point, you will know about the typical recruitment process. So I'm not saying this is the recruitment process of Cognizant itself. We have a more complicated diagram for that one, but this is the more simple diagram for the typical recruitment process here in the Philippines. So first is the application stage. So during the application stage, this is where you will submit your CV via any channel. It may be from a colleague, so that can be a referral. You can also submit your CV via job boards. So there are multiple job boards available here in the Philippines. One is jobs180.com. The other is from a third-party vendor. If someone from a recruitment firm contacted you and offered you a job for another company that they are catering their services to, that's another way, to apply for a job. And next stage is the telephone screening. So this is where the sourcing partner would contact you and initially screen you based on the job descriptions that they have. So this is the typical HR interview. So some companies are putting HR interview on the first layer of their screening. Some companies, they are putting the HR interview on the last part of the interview process. Next is the interview invitation. So once you pass the interview, the initial interview from the HR, they will be giving out an interview invitation. So this will come usually via email, whatever platform they will be using. It's either Zoom, MS Teams, WebEx. Some companies use Discord. So be sure to keep your to keep checking your email for the interview invitation. And one tip that I can share with you is, for example, the HR or the recruiter sent you an interview invitation. So that will mark the schedule on your calendar. But one tip I can give is to make another calendar reminder for that interview. So just in case that your other calendar fails to remind you about the interview schedule, there is another calendar that would remind you that, oh, I have an interview this afternoon. So that would help you avoid a no-show during your interview. Next will be the actual interview itself. The actual interview itself. I will be giving some tips later, in addition to what Sir Axel mentioned earlier. So this is also called the hiring manager interview, or if it's a panel, you will be faced with 2 or 3 or 4 team members, and they will be conducting this technical interview. Sometimes, if the first interviewer is not satisfied, they will be setting up another interview just to check and validate your skills. So there. And the next part is the most painful part. This is the feedback. So after the series of interviews, you will be waiting for the feedback from the hiring managers. This will come via email, calls, or SMS, or whichever channel the recruiter would contact you. And it might take days. Some companies might take a week. Some companies might send you the feedback the day after, as soon as the day after. So it varies. The problem most of the time is most of the companies here in the Philippines would take a lot of days, no, to get back to you. So just to be sure, keep your lines open. Just keep checking your email for the feedback. However, well, if you're fortunate enough, if you get a positive feedback, you get to receive an offer. So here's our next stage, offer of employment. And when you receive an offer, be sure to check it in detail, no, before signing it physically or digitally. And then after that, congratulations, you will be attending your new hire orientation. And then that's where and when you get hired. No? So I'll be giving out tips for both. Well, I'll just focus on the applicant side, no, before and during an interview. So, first is the platform to be used. No, for applicants, you guys should start exploring new video conferencing platforms, old and new. Different companies use different video conferencing platforms for their interviews. So just be sure to be familiar with most of the available video conferencing platforms. No? Again, make an early reminder in your calendar, and you can practice interview etiquette in front of the webcam. No, so later I will be giving another tip for that. And of course, based on the job description that the recruiter gave you, prepare on this. All right. Next would be internet connection and devices. Applicants should have stable internet connection, and they also should have working audio and video devices. So just in case that your internet connection is quite slow, or there is really no internet connection, or if your mic or your webcam is not working, you should inform your recruiter 15 minutes before at the least. No? So the recruiter can give a heads up to the hiring manager. All right. Again, if you have slow or no connection at all sa internet, and if your mic or your webcam is not working, please inform your recruiter so she or he can give a heads up to the hiring manager. All right. You can also prepare a backup internet connection. So some people do this, no? Even if they have Wi-Fi connection, they make sure that they have data, or they have this prepaid Wi-Fi, no, as a backup. So that is much better if you have a backup internet connection, just in case your Wi-Fi service provider fails. Next is to prepare for the actual interview. So this is what I would like to stress on the most. Study the company's profile and read the JD over and over again. Why? Most of the interviewers would ask you, what do you know about our company? Some applicants would not know what to say in detail. It will be a plus point if you have studied the company you're applying for in advance and you know a lot about the company. No? So please study the company's profile and study the JD. Next is to brush up on the basics of your line of work. So mostly if you're a fresh graduate, the interviewer would not ask technical questions, no, not that much. The interviewer would ask about the basic skills, no, the fundamental skills that you have as a professional. So be sure to brush up on the basics of your line of work. So if in case you're an IT person, brush up on the basics or fundamentals of software development, front-end development, etc. Okay. Next is to list down common interview questions and formulate a short but concise answer. So what you can do is to find an interview partner and then list down at least 10 common interview questions and practice it with that interview partner. No? Practice over and over again so that when the interview day comes, you will gain this confidence to face your interviewer. No? Your nervousness will be less than the people who would not practice, before the interview day. Next is to wear appropriate clothes for an interview. So Sir Axel already mentioned this earlier. And assign a place that is quiet and well lit. And according to Sir Axel earlier, your background should be as plain as possible. Do not make your background, uh, you know, too chaotic. No, making your whole bedroom a background is too distracting for the interviewer. So, well, for example, choose a white wall or whichever plain wall that you have, then use that as a background. And if you have a noise canceling headphone, that would be better. But if you don't have that, just be sure to find a place in your house that is quiet. And to add on that, if noise is inevitable, just be sure to inform your interviewer so he would understand. Next is the proper camera frame. So you may say that this should not be a big issue, but I have encountered an applicant. Well, I interviewed him via a video conferencing platform, and when I saw his incoming video, all I can see is his chin and the holes in his nose. So the camera is tilted upwards. And I think that is very distracting and at some point kind of inappropriate. So to avoid that, let's remember the rule of thirds. So the basic principle is to divide your screen into thirds horizontally and vertically, and this would make lines and boxes, no? And these lines and boxes and the intersections of these lines would act as guidelines for where to position important elements in your frame. So, for example, this picture in the middle, the black guy, no, his mouth is positioned in the middle box, no, and his shoulders are positioned in the intersections on the lower part, and he is framed perfectly. So, it is important for you to frame your mouth in between, in the middle box, so that it could emphasize on what you are saying, and the interviewers will not be distracted to anything else. All right. So I think you get the point there. So my advice to you, whether you already have a job or if you're a fresh grad who does not have any experience yet, or even if you're still a student, no, always try to upskill yourself. No, it's always an advantage. It's always a plus if you have an additional skill to be proud of during an interview. Always upskill and upskill yourself. Do not stop learning new things, especially new tools and technology in whatever industry you're lined in. So, also, try to come up with an idea on how to work smart, no? How to engage your work in a smart way, not in a hard and difficult way. So you don't have to spend the rest of your day trying to, if your interviewer asks you how would you encode tons and tons of data, and then eventually you would answer, I'll do my best to commit all of my hours, my minutes, and my days to encode all of those data just so you can hire me. No, don't answer that. You should try to answer it in a smart way. No, try to upskill yourself to the point that it would make your work, your future work, easier. So there are a lot of ways now. There are a lot of tools and technologies that could automate some simple tasks. No, so you can focus more on the complicated ones. So there, that's my advice. And well, currently there has been a surge in China. No, just to update you guys, there has been a surge in China, and they are in lockdown. And WHO said that coronavirus still has a lot of energy left. No, for mutation, and we might see another variant. I'm not saying we will, but we might see another variant this year. Hopefully, wag naman sana, no? Pero that's their forecast. And definitely, if that's the case, remote interview, remote work will continue the whole year. So these advice that Sir Axel and I gave, you should carry this throughout the year, no? These tips on how to ace your remote interview, your virtual interview. So be sure to take notes and study more about how you could ace your virtual interviews. Uh, there. So as I mentioned earlier, you should upskill, try to learn new tools and technologies, in whatever industry you're in. And I will be sharing a video on why you should break the routine, manual stuff, and break through to the future. So let's watch.
Stop. Is this really what you want to do? Sit there and enter data while the world outside enters the next millennium? Or would you rather join it? You should be adapting, evolving, reimagining the way people interact with everything from banking to insurance to healthcare to really anything. You should be improving your customer's experience and your employees' life experience. You should be taking your business operations from good to better to the very best there ever was. Don't worry, the busy work will still be there. You just won't see it. Say hello to IPA. This isn't just any ordinary automation because IPA learns every time it automates. So what's fast today will be faster tomorrow, giving you the freedom to take this and turn it into this or this. And did we mention this? While you're busy doing the work of a human, it's mining through trillions of interconnected data points and analytics all the way back from, say, 0.003 seconds ago. Think fast. That unlocks critical insights that empower you to think bigger. No, bigger. Bigger. Want to keep going? Because IPA won't just simplify and inform, it'll augment your abilities, tapping into your unrealized potential, allowing you to fundamentally challenge the very limits of space, time, and business operations. With IPA, everyone in your company, at every level, becomes more than just a game changer. They become game definers. Yep, even that guy. And getting there is easier than you think, because you can team up with us, a market leader who's been here many times and knows each journey is unique. A partner who won't just show you the path, but will walk alongside you every step of the way. A partner who knows that to become the best version of yourself, all you need is to break from the routine and break through to the future.
All right. So there. So the landscape now in technology is that it's accelerating in a quite fast, no, manner. And if we do not keep up with the latest technology, then we will be left out. No, so maybe in the next coming decades, next 3 decades, most of the manual jobs will be phased out. No, and some of the manual jobs will be automated already. So be sure to upskill yourself and learn more technology and tools to use so that in the future you'd still have expertise on these new uh, endeavors. So there. So just to give a brief background on Cognizant. Cognizant is one of the world's leading professional services companies transforming clients' business operating and technology models for the digital era. We innovate with a purpose and we help businesses modernize. And these are the number cards. These are the values in Cognizant Philippines and our global values, our purpose and our vision. And these are our main location, no? Sa Taguig and sa Cebu. So in Taguig, it's in Science Hub 4 in McKinley Hill. And in Cebu, it's in Skyrise 4 building.
Sir Aaron, can you hear me? Let's wait for Sir Aaron to get back on his connection. Ayan. So to our audience again, the floor is open for questions. So lagay nyo lang yung questions nyo po dyan sa ating comment section and we will ask it to Sir Aaron in a bit once he's back, once his connection is okay na. Ayan. So again, for our audience, there is an evaluation link at the end of this event. So that secures your attendance. Yung mga nagko-control nun, yung mga guidance offices ninyo. So I think we have one for PCU and another one for MSC. So yung dalawang school na yun, meron silang EVA link. So for SMMC, please wait for the advice of your guidance office kung saan nila i-disseminate yung link na yun. Yeah. So we're just waiting for Sir Aaron to get back in para masagot nyo yung questions natin. Yeah. So if ever, to those who are exploring and who wants to read through the positions, research kung ano yung mga possible line of business na pwede nyong puntahan in the next few months after graduation, the link for Cognizant is flashing on the screen. The link is jobs180.com/cognizant.ph. Ayan. So later we'll also ask Sir Aaron regarding the available positions na pwedeng puntahan or pwedeng applyan ng mga fresh grads. Ayan. So thank you again to all our audience. Ayan. Sige po. We will address all of the questions pag nakabalik na si Sir. Ang tanong, makakabalik kaya siya? But we're still waiting. No? We're still waiting for him to get back. Kasi paulan na eh. So medyo naglalagi yung mga internet connection. Alam niyo naman sa Philippines, very fragile ang ating network. Ayan. Sige po. So, kung meron kayong naisip na tanong at gusto niyo nang i-advance, ilagay niyo na sa comment section natin para mabasahin ko na lang pagbalik ni Sir Aaron. So again meron tayong evaluation link at the end. So please tap your classmates, please tap your friends, remind them that there is an evaluation at the end. Yung mga specific schools na pa yung nagko-control evaluation na yun. Ayan. Sige, Gabriel, I just saw your question. Ayan. Hi, Sir Aaron, you're back. Ayan.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry. I got disconnected.
Okay.
So I guess I shared the opportunities naman na. So I think I'm okay na. I'm ready for your questions.
Okay. Sige, sir. Sir, first question here from Gabriel Blaine Manipula. Hello po. What advice would you give to someone who is continually being turned down by companies? Thank you.
Well, you just have to keep on trying and trying. This advice, no. Well, during my previous presentation sa iba namang schools, I always say this, no. Even if you get rejected sa mga ina-applyan mong mga openings, no, you just keep on applying and take all those interviews, no, even if lagi ka nilang nire-reject. Ang lagi kong sinasabi is, if you have to take 100 interviews just for you to land a job, then take that next interview even if you get rejected. Kasi one rejection is one step closer to your next dream job. So yun siya. Don't be nervous dun sa rejection kasi that will improve yourself, no? Just be sure na every time na nare-reject ka, you take notes on which areas you could improve on. Yun.
Saka pagaling na pagaling ka, Gabriel, huwag kang mag-alala, lahat tayo.
That's true. Oo, habang nare-reject ka, gumagaling.
Maghanap ng trabaho, di ba, sir? So, especially at this time, hindi madali maghanap ng trabaho. So, lahat talaga, mararanasan yung rejection.
Mm-hmm.
Eto, sir, next question. Ito naman po ay coming from me. May nabalita po na ang BPO industry, they were asked to return on-site April 1, that's today. Tama ba, sir? So ano po yung naging mandate sa Cognizant regarding this? Are you still working from home or is a percentage like back in the office?
Well, Cognizant is part of PESA, no? So we have to comply. It's a government mandate, no? So if they say 100% bumalik sa office, then lahat babalik sa office. But what I know is that PESA already filed an appeal, no, to at least consider hybrid, if not full work from home. So if you're worrying, or if most of you guys would want work from home opportunities, don't worry, because PESA is already PESA has already made an appeal on that. And since most of the companies, not just here in the Philippines but globally, they are leaning towards doing remote or hybrid work, definitely Philippines hindi magpapahuli yan. And we'll see in the next coming months. No, don't fret if, well, typically your work should be done in the office, tama. Pero there are some flexibilities din naman depending kung gaano ka-efficient and gaano ka-effective yung magiging work setup. So if your employer, for example, you get hired, no, and then your employer told you that are you amenable to work on site, you should be honest if you're really amenable to work on site. And if you said yes, then you should go work on site if your boss tells you. So yun lang yun. Pero going back to the question, yes, we are returning on site until further notice. No, ganun.
Thank you for clearing that up, no, Sir Aaron. So to everyone, alam nyo na yung mga susunod nating dapat paghandaan coming from Sir Aaron's discussion a while ago. Ayan. So ito, Sir, last question na lang po for this period. So what would you say is the next big thing in the industry, and how do we prepare for it? Because we heard a lot of like buzzwords a while ago, like engineering accelerating, breaking initiatives, breaking ano to? Breaking the routine,
The
ganyan.
routine.
So
Yeah.
how do we best prepare for this? Like if it's like in the next coming years.
All right. Well, in the IT industry, I can think of five. It's AI and analytics, Internet of Things, and 5G. We also have intelligent process automation and some developments in the digital experience and digital engineering. So when I say digital experience, actually those are our service lines in Cognizant, no? Our business focus. When I say digital experience, it's on the front end, yung design, yung interface, and yung actual experience ng front end users. So there are a lot of developments on that. Even on the back end side of things, they are improving their infrastructures, no, for better service ng mga businesses. So, ilan na yun? AI and analytics, digital experience, IPA, 5G. Yun yung five things na naiisip ko na nag-trend right now. But if you're not in the IT industry, still, for example, you're in the food and bev, or you're in the healthcare industry, for sure, all the healthcare facilities right now are migrating their systems into a more automated one. So, for example, St. Luke's Hospital, not sure if anyone here already has experience in St. Luke's Medical Center, no? They are using automated machines. They are using healthcare information systems that would be more efficient, no, than manually doing inventory of supplies, of medications. There's also this channel to communicate with doctors who are not in the hospital, but they can actually see live updates on their patients. So there are a lot of technologies to watch out for. Just be sure to keep yourself updated and study those new technologies para hindi kayo mapag-iwanan. Kasi ang panahon natin ngayon, yung technology is taking its quantum leap nga, sabi nga nila. So if you're not as fast as how technology is growing, then maiwan ka. Yun lang.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for that, Sir Aaron. So, to our audience, narinig nyo na coming from the industry expert. Ayan, alam nyo na, narinig nyo kay Sir Aaron yung mga dapat yung paghandaan. So, Sir, thank you again for lending your time and expertise for our students this afternoon. So to our students, maraming salamat din sa pakikinig and for sending your questions. Thank you, thank you, thank you guys.
Thank
Again,
you.
the link for Cognizant is on the screen. It's jobsmedia.com/cognizantph. So sa mga maghahanap ng work, mag-explore ng vacancies, mag-research, ayan, na-mention kanina, kailangan mag-research, dyan niyo po siya makikita, yung mga positions. So thank you again, Sir Aaron, and have a great day. Happy Friday, sir.
Happy Friday, guys.
Thank you, sir. Alright. So, maraming salamat po sa ating sa ating audience from San Mateo Municipal College, from Marinduque State College, and of course, coming from Philippine Christian University in Manila. So maraming salamat po for attending this event, and we hope that you learned a lot from our speakers. So please don't forget to evaluate. We will now be putting the link on the screen and also on the comment section. Please wag niyo pong kalimutan magawa ito para to secure your attendance po in your respective guidance offices. So again, for SMMC, sila na lang po yung a-announce regarding the evaluation kung meron. Ayan. So that's for Marinduque State and for PCU po. Ayan. So that's where dyan sila magbe-base ng attendance ninyo for this event, guys. Okay? So, lalagay po namin yan sa comment section. So, please watch out for the next set of webinars that we are hosting next week. So, if ever that you want to attend those sessions, if the topics will be interesting to you, so nandun po siya sa Facebook page namin. We will be posting the topics. Libre po kayo to join us. You're welcome to join us in any of those sessions. So, available po kami sa Facebook and YouTube. So if ever you have questions, just shoot us a message here on Facebook and we'll try our best to answer it as fast as we could. So see you guys and have a great afternoon. Stay safe. Happy Friday, people. Thank you.
Change. It happens when you least expect it, but also when you embrace it. At Accenture, we help the world's biggest brands thrive through change. Our people combine technology and creativity, expertise and experience, learning and collaboration, passion and purpose to make a difference for our clients, their customers, our company, and our communities. Behind every great change is a great human. Bring your skills, your curiosity, and your true self to your work every day. Let's do incredible things. Let's deliver on the promise of technology and human ingenuity.